Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, it's something that I am super excited to be sharing with you all and super excited to have finally come pretty close to getting this to work. So we're on the test server right now because I didn't have this setup on my main server, unfortunately. But very soon, I'm going to be releasing a video on another champion who can do this, but even better. We're going to talk about the 3 potential options I think. You guys can build it out. And if anybody out there has a champion that you've been doing this with, let me know. But honestly, I think this may be a world's first. So what I'm talking about today is one champion, which 3 different champions can do it, but one champion to solo Ice Golem, Spider, and Dragon stage 24 or stage 20. You can see stage 24 and stage 20 have the same affinities. So stage 20 is Spirit, stage 24, Spirit. Same thing on Ice Golem, stage 20, Spirit, stage 24, Spirit. Dragon's Lair, stage 20, is Magic, and stage 24 is Spirit. So with that said, for a long time, I was trying to get it to where one champion could solo all 3 of these areas. But you run into a very big issue. That problem is on Ice Golem, HP burn and poisons work amazing. On Dragon, HP burn works well, but you can only have 1 stack, so it makes it very hard to kill it. And then poisons work very well also. Dragon, you want War Master. It makes the run a lot faster. On Ice Golem, you do not want War Master. Spider's Den, War Master is fine, but HP burn is very important. So the issue I would run into a lot is I could have a champion do Spiders and Ice Golem, bringing HP burns, no problem. You have Tyrant Ixlimor, you have Crypt King Grawl, you have a lot of champions who, or Akoth can do the same thing. If you have HP burn, you can do these 2 dungeons. But bringing that HP burn over to Dragon doesn't do enough damage. You get the Dragon to about halfway in HP, and then the Dragon has this big breath and kills you. So Crypt King Grawl couldn't do it. I tried thousands and thousands of energy, probably thousands of gems to actually make it work, and I could not for the life of me actually make it work. I could have swore that he'd be able to do it. Crypt King Grawl seemed like the perfect champion, decrease attack, HP burn, and freeze. Does amazing on Spiders, one of my favorite champions actually. Does amazing on Ice Golem, but on Dragon, he just couldn't crack it. Switch him to War Master, and I think he can do it. I forget, but I didn't want to do that because I wanted to do Ice Golem and Spider. Now, a very similar thing happens if you try to use champions with War Master. Take them to Ice Golem does a big slam, and now you have a problem. The other thing you have to worry about is the affinities. So especially when you're working up to stage 24, 25, this range, you really can't use Void champions. So Venus is the other champion who came to my mind. Venus is a champion who brings HP burn, brings a poison, brings decreased defense and weaken, no War Master if you don't want it, and she should do it, right? Well, she's pretty squishy. She's very difficult to make survive on Spider stage 24 and 25. Spider stage 20, I think she can do, but I haven't had much luck. Today, I was looking around the shop, looking around some different things and thinking, and then it clicked, Brimstone. Brimstone on Crypt King Grawl, on Tyrant Ixlimor, on possibly one other champion, Tila Gormain, should allow you to run Dragon, Spider, and Ice Golem. So, for example, let's use Tyrant Ixlimor for today's example. Tyrant Ixlimor, doing stage 24, he brings the HP burn on his A2 ability, AoE. He brings an increased defense on his A3, and then a single target A1 ability. Luckily for me, this Tyrant Ixlimor was actually in my shop today for the Altar of Souls to get the Brimstone on him so I could finally test this out. Very, very lucky. I would much rather have it on Crypt King Grawl, but since it was on Tyrant, I was like, okay, Tyrant's a champion who's magic affinity, kind of one of the requirements to do stage 24, or at least spirit affinity runs, you need to be strong affinity. This dragon run's gonna take a while. However, if you had Crypt King, this would be so much faster. He would be freezing the waves, burning the waves, and then placing Brimstone on the dragon, and it should be flawless. But I went ahead and bought his soul. He is currently in regeneration plus immortal gear. I'm not gonna go too much into guaranteeing the run success with this current gear, because like I said, I've literally only tested it a few times today, and it did work, which is amazing. But on Spider stage 24, it failed a few times, so I definitely wouldn't rely on that by no means. You would have to change the builds quite a bit. And honestly, I think the best champion by far is going to be Crypt King Grawl. This is all on stage 24, though. If you want to drop it back to stage 20, which is actually the best place to farm for the experience, you're not getting as good of gear, but you're getting better experience per energy spent on stages 20 than you are on stage 24. That's amazing. Then stage 20 is going to be really no problem. Brimstone's going to do amazing. The burns are going to do amazing. Your champions are going to survive even easier than they would have on stage 24, of course. So just drop it back there. It's going to be no problem whatsoever. But man, oh man, this is something I'm definitely Definitely feeling a sense of relief, finally able to actually do, because like I said, I've been trying this kind of for the last few months. I tried it really heavily a while back, spent a ton of resources, and just couldn't crack it. Let me know though, if you guys think of any other champion, it's really going to have to be a legendary champion because they need Brimstone, who can do Ice Golem, Dragon, and Spider. Even stage 20 is fine. Let me know down in the comment section below. And I promise, as soon as I get a Brimstone to pop up on my Crypt King Grawl on the live servers, I will do the 100 runs in Dragon. I already have the 100 runs done in Spider, and then Ice Golem is going to be pretty easy. So I'll get all the information, and I think Crypt King Grawl will solidify his place as being the best solo dungeon farmer, period, for stage 24 and stage 20. He can't do stage 25, unfortunately, but stage 20 and 24 shouldn't really be a problem, which is so cool. Now let's take a look at Tila while this goes, because Crypt King, he brings a pretty simple kit. Basically, he places burn on everybody, he freezes people under burn, and then places decreased attack. Pretty simple kit. Tyrant does a burn on his A2, has an increased defense on his A3, really good base stats, 21,000 HP, 1,300 defense, HP aura, very nice, and then a single target A1 ability, not a huge deal, but his AI is really weird. His AI is like absolute terrible. Like when the dragon gets around 15% HP, he decides that he's not going to do HP burn anymore and just do his A1, which I do not like whatsoever. But Tila Gormain, her recent buff, first off, her base stats are pretty good. 21,000 HP, 1,200 base defense. Let me zoom this in a little bit more so you guys can see it a little bit better. Crypt King Grawl comparatively has, let's see, 19,000 HP and 1,100 defense. So Tila is already more survivable, which helps out because she doesn't have the freeze that Crypt King Grawl has. He's going to be much better in actually surviving. But as far as her kit, now I don't have her. I don't have her to actually test this out. So this is just speculation completely. But she does bring an AoE HP burn on her A2 on a 3-turn cooldown. Places a continuous heal, which is very, very important as well. I'm pretty sure that places it on herself also. And then she brings a AoE leech also, which will supplement her heals. So she has an AoE leech paired with her AoE HP burn. Both of them attack all enemies. So she's going to be getting extra heals on top of the regeneration and immortal you're probably going to have to put her in. And their A1 ability, not really that big of a deal, I don't think. But I do believe that Tila Gormain could do this. Now let's check this out. Tyrant Ixlimor right now does not have any War Master. No War Master, no Giant Slayer. He has Oppressor. Typically, this run would go terribly, even on stage 20. Getting Crypt King Grawl to this boss, it'd go awful. But you can see when the dragon does his abilities, Brimstone takes a massive chunk out of the dragon's HP. Now, if you want Tyrant to actually use his burn on the dragon when it gets like 15% HP, you'll see in just a second, Tyrant decides, you know, we don't need to do the burn no more. We're just going to do the A1 ability. If you wanted to actually do that, you can use presets. I don't want to use presets because if I'm doing solo farming overnight, I want to use RSL Helper and I want it to automatically switch out the foods. Though you could throw in some 4-star champions and just run it overnight. No problem. The 4-star champions will probably be leveled up or close to when you wake up. So it's really all personal preferences at that point. But stage 20 and 24, this one ran earlier. The dragon actually killed me as I killed it. So I placed Brimstone. You can see here, he's just doing the A1, A1, A1. It's really terrible, to be honest. I'm just going to let him do the A2 just because I don't want it to fail on the video because that's kind of weird. I did get a recording a second ago, though, or not a second ago, like 20 minutes ago. This run takes like 5 minutes, so it's pretty long. But I did get a recording. He killed me with that breath, and then it killed him also. So he did the big breath, killed Tyrant. The Brimstone killed the dragon, and the dragon still, it counted as a victory for me, fortunately. 4 minutes and 59 seconds. Not the fastest time, but if you put the presets, just throw him in there by himself and then fill in the food whenever you're ready to do that. And then just set his priority to using his HP burn on all the rounds, specifically round 3. That's the one that's most important. So Dragon Stage 24, no problem. Now, like I mentioned, typically champions can do Dragon, or they can do Dragon and Ice Golem, or they can do maybe Ice Golem and Spider, but not very many champions could do Dragon and Spider. Because Dragon and Spider have a little bit different requirements. Spider being you have to have HP burn, and Dragons being you really need more damage than just HP burn. So let me go ahead and show you 2 replays, okay? So this right here is a replay of a run that I did on Spider Stage 24. Now, like I said, this is not consistent. This is by no means consistent. This 4 minutes and 40 seconds in is because I failed the first 2 times. I mean, he's not built specifically for this. He's built actually pretty decent for it. I'll show you guys the gear in just a minute. But if I really wanted to tune him to this, I may have to push the stats up a little bit more. Honestly, I'm not going to build my Tyrant for this. I'm going to wait, get my Crypt King Grawl, that blessing, because right now, even in the best gear that I have, I'll show you guys in just a second if you guys want to see that. We're getting pretty late in the video anyways, but I'll throw Crypt King Grawl in the same gear. He'll get to the dragon, no problem, but then he'll just die. And he's a very, very good champion too. But Tyrant, let's go ahead and fast forward this a little bit. He survives, takes the hits. You need good resistance. If you don't have good resistance, you're just going to die from the poisons, because the poisons stack up, make your regeneration and your immortal gear not really count. So here we go. The spider dies. Spider stage 24, 1 minute and 55 seconds, which is really, really good time. A minute 55, not bad. Very, very, very good. Okay, so spider's done. Then Ice Golem, it's going to be slow through the waves because he only has burn. Crypt King, it's going to be miles better because he has burn, plus the freeze on the targets who already burnt. Now, his AI is kind of weird too, especially on Spider. If everybody's not under burn, he doesn't use the freeze sometimes, and it's just kind of weird. So you can make their AI preset if you want, but it's really up to you. So Tyrant's going through that first wave, no real issues. Going through the second wave, no real issues. He's not going to die to these enemies. I mean, he has so much HP, so much defense. He's going to be perfectly fine. And on this Ice Golem, it's actually pretty quick as well, because we have 3 targets under burn. No big slams from the Ice Golem are going to proc because my Tyrant hits so weak, because he has no crit rate, no War Master, no Giant Slayer, nothing like that. And then we're moving through this, no problem, 30 seconds faster. Boom. Smite, I don't think is going to proc that much here because, let's see if it procs actually. So yeah, no Smite there. They have to use an active skill. I'm not really sure how the minions function. So we'll go ahead and fast forward it a little bit more. And you can see Ice Golem stage 24 complete. So that means Tyrant Ixlimor is what I believe to be the first champion to solo Ice Golem, Dragon, and Spider stage 24. That's incredible. He's an OG champion. Throw Brimstone on. You're good to go. So let me go over here to Dragon's Lair. We'll just do stage 20. Okay, so to give you guys the overall point of this and show you how it's impossible for a champion like Tyrant or Crypt King Grawl to do Dragon, Spider, and Ice Golem without Brimstone. Brimstone is the key here. In case you haven't caught on yet, this is what unlocks everything. Placing Smite, getting that big Brimstone hit off is literally what makes all the difference. You can see here, we have Regeneration plus Immortal on the Tyrant, 77,000 HP, 4,200 defense, 254 speed, at least 315 resistance, 200 plus accuracy. The masteries are as follows. He is fully booked. The mastery is just picking up some more survivability stuff. Honestly, I don't know if this is what you need. If you want to do Dragon and Ice Golem. For Spider, it was pretty sketchy. So Spider, he's not going to be super consistent, honestly. You may have to change the run. Tyrant can do it, but it's not going to be the most consistent in this build right here. Crypt King Grawl, on the other hand, as soon as I get him ready, I will be trying him out many runs, but I wanted to put this out there before I tested out Crypt King Grawl because it could be months. If you've ever tried to get a specific champion from the market, then you know all too well that it could be months before you actually get the champion you want from the soul shop thing. So here we go, Crypt King Grawl. Let me put him in his typical Spider stage 24 farming gear, and then we'll just do Dragon stage 20. He's going to do it fine. He's going to have no issues whatsoever. Actually, I'll just use Tyrant's gear. So we'll take Tyrant's gear, swap it over to Crypt King Grawl, and we should be good to go. So this stuff has pretty good stats. I'm not going to lie. Like, the stats we have, pretty decent. I haven't maxed out these gloves. It does have defense percent on the Ascension or the Awakening, but I haven't maxed them out. I don't plan on maxing out most of this stuff because I kind of want to keep it relatable, and I feel like the Awakened stats alongside pretty well-rolled gear is just too much. So here we go, throwing the boots real quick, trying for the same stuff, but we're doing stage 20, remember? It should be pretty easy, right? So masteries, we have Oppressor, so he's taking a lot of turns, going pretty fast. We're going to throw in Crypt King Grawl. He also has a good HP aura, and let's see, can he actually handle the Dragon on stage 20? I'm going to say no, but maybe he blows my mind. Maybe he actually does amazing. Now, there may be a possibility where you could do this. I really don't see any situation because he has no way to activate the HP burn. He has no way to do any extra damage unless you build him with crit. But if you build him with crit, then you're running into the same issue you run into on Ice Golem. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and fast forward this until we get to the Dragon. And then once we get to the Dragon, I'll show you guys from there. All right, guys, so here we go. We're almost at the Dragon now. We're going to go ahead and work towards the last few hits on this. What is this, a crossbowman? I'm not really sure. I do have, I think, a 5-star soul for this guy, though. Should I put it on him? Probably not. Probably not worth showcasing a 5-star rare that you're never going to use. Now, we're the Dragon. If you don't know how the Dragon works, basically when he does his Scorch, he does a lot of damage after that. But his secret skill I'm not for sure if it actually shows here, but it does increasing percentages of your HP over time, as far as I'm aware. So basically, at first, it doesn't do very much of your HP, and then towards the end of the match, it's going to do 100% of your HP. You can build your champions with as much defense, as much HP as you want, but it's eventually going to kill you, just flat out. So you can see here, I guess this was what, maybe 50%? We do have decreased attack on the dragon, so that will give us a little bit longer to survive, but this Crypt King Grawl is in some pretty good gear. So the next hit is going to be even more HP, and the hit after that is going to be even more HP, and finally just flat out killing my champion. So here we go. Big hit coming in. Boom. Probably, 45%? 45,000 HP down. The next hit will take us to about, say, 10% probably, and the hit after that will just flat out kill my champion. So every time I ran this, I think I even tried it with War Master, and I don't think it actually worked because it's more RNG. You got to get lucky and actually land the War Master. You got to land it X number of times, which you very well may not, and basically War Master has to fill in all of this gap. We're getting a lot of hits, but it's probably not going to be enough to actually kill the dragon, whereas with Smite, you're taking so many turns, so many actions, so many hits, you're going to land the Smite. Especially if it's higher levels of Smite, you're going to eventually land it. Here we go. This is where we die. Last turn was 10% HP. This turn is 0% HP. 75,000 damage, and you can probably see that Crypt King Grawl's HP is probably pretty close to 75,000. Actually, no, it's 58,000. So it's quite a bit lower, but that last hit is going to more than kill him anyway. So there we go. Dragon Stage 20 wasn't even doable by a Crypt King Grawl, who I'd say is in some pretty decent gear. I mean, he's 58,000 HP, 3,800 defense, so 260 speed. I mean, this is some pretty decent stats. Not amazing by no means. It's not my typical farming gear, but he's not going to be able to kill a dragon. The dragon's just going to kill him every single time until you get Brimstone. Once you get Brimstone on Crypt King, I'd put him in my typical solo farming gear, which is like closer to 70, 75,000 HP, I think. About 3,200 defense, maybe a little bit more. I forget exactly because I have been moving that gear around quite a bit, obviously. Resistance closer to 315, 330. Accuracy much lower. And then the speed, I think, is like 245, 250 range. So there you go, guys. If it's something you're interested in, go ahead, test out some of these champions. Crypt King Grawl, Tila Gormain, and Tyrant Ixlimor are 3 champions who I am pretty confident can be built with Brimstone to do Dragon, Ice Golem, and Spider stage 20 or 24 with a very high consistency. So guys, if you enjoyed that video, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next one.